Bluey. We all know about the popular Australian cartoon show known as Bluey. I'm going to be talking about it, which is something I did not really want to talk about, but this isn't really about the TV show. This is about the movie. A movie that does not come out until the year 2027. And there's already a trailer out for it. And if you have not seen the trailer, I will post the trailer down in the description if you are interested in watching the trailer. If you're not interested in watching the trailer, don't watch the trailer and just, don't watch it because the sake of it, because it'll just gain more views. But if you have seen the trailer, you would know that the movie has a different animation style than the original TV series, which ran for, I think, still ongoing. I think they're just on break just to do this movie, but it's a different design. It's 3D animated instead of the classic 2D animation, which I think was done on purpose because that's what the creators wanted and not the traditional 2D animation that the show did for 6 years. I think it was 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, because their last episode aired like 2 years ago, and I don't think that a new episode would air until maybe after the movie's out, until maybe 2028, when the show turns 10, if they decide to continue the show. But if you have read the comments on any social media app that has the trailer uploaded and the comments are, available, you would notice the same thing. Hate. Absolute hate. And fans are not happy about this new design. And the 3D animation, if I can be honest, does not bother me at all, because I have seen a lot of 2D animated stuff being made into 3D. And I'm going to use some TV shows and movies as examples. SpongeBob, My Little Pony, what else? The Peanuts. I'm trying to think of another one. Pokemon, that's another one. Even though they made a live action movie, they also made an animated, CG animated Pokemon movie on Netflix. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but it's still 3D animated. There's a lot of other stuff, but there. That's what I can think of. But SpongeBob is a big one because it has three 3D animated theatrical movies. One of them was more skipped to Paramount Plus due to the pandemic, but besides that, I mean, it did release in theaters in other countries, but very little countries. But it did release in theaters, so I'm still counting that as a theatrical SpongeBob movie because it was originally meant to be on the big screen. Same thing with the 3D animated My Little Pony movie, which was originally supposed to be released on the big screen, but they skipped the box office because of the pandemic. But so yeah, Bluey, is a very popular TV show made for children, and you probably would know by now that Bluey has a very huge fan base full of teenagers and adults. And when I first heard about the big discourse about Bluey and older audiences, I was in high school. I was like, what's all the hype up with the show Bluey? Because I was like, isn't that show meant for young children? And then I decided to watch a couple episodes. Like, it's a nice show. It's it's fun. I understand there's a lot of people that watch it just to heal their inner child that they went through, trauma, or they suffer from depression, anxiety, and other um, bad mental health stuff. I would understand. Like, I go through some of that, and I watched it, and yeah, I would understand why people would like it. But the people that are complaining about the 3D animation, because it's not the traditional 2D animation from the TV show, I just think that this whole thing is just embarrassing. Because these are the same people that can vote, buy alcohol, buy cigarettes, join the military, join the Navy, join any type of, um, basically fight in wars, is what I would say. Be in the Air Force is another one. Um, these are also the same people that can literally get a job, own a house, have children. And these are the people that are just complaining about the 3D designs for the Bluey movie. And when the trailer released back on Friday, I watched it. It's a short teaser trailer, and I thought the designs looked nice. Because, I mean, I like to give, I like to sometimes give different things a try. And because the designs were different, I liked it. Even though they're giving maybe a 1 minute teaser trailer so much hate because it's different. It's just weird. And I mean, can we wait till when the movie is getting closer to its release? The same crap happened last year with Shrek 5 because it didn't look like Shrek. And I'm like, what are we doing? They're not going to change an animation style just for the sake of it. I I personally think I don't mind the new designs for Shrek. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's been how long? 16 to 17 years since the last time we saw a Shrek movie on the big screen. And Shrek is a very popular DreamWorks franchise. And people are complaining because it doesn't look like Shrek and they should, pull another Sonic. It's just really ridiculous. Another thing happened with Mario back in 2022. They didn't do anything about it because, I mean, it wasn't design, it was more like the casting decision because um, they thought Chris Pratt wasn't going to do a good job voicing Mario. And they should recast Mario because he did not sound like Mario at all. But if I can be honest, would you really sit through a 92-minute feature film of Mario sounding like wahoo and yippee? Like, I think that would just be really annoying for like the entire film, and I wouldn't have watched it as many times as I did. And the Super Mario Brothers movie is one of my favorite animated movies because it's just a very fun movie. I don't care if the pacing is fast or anything. I'm just there just to enjoy the movie. And I mean, both Mario, the first Mario movie and the second Mario movie are fun movies. They don't need to be absolute perfect. They're just there to be fun. Yes, the rating isn't perfect or anything, but they're just there to be fun. They're made to be fun. The video games are made to be fun, even though some of the games actually have good stories, like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Odyssey, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think of another thing where fans complain about something and they want to have like a redo. Trying to think. I wouldn't think Avengers Doomsday had any complaints about the casting. I mean, people were complaining that Robert Downey Jr. is being Doctor Doom, and I think that is like the coolest thing ever because I was like, when Avengers Doomsday was announced back in 2024, when Deadpool and Wolverine was just being released, I was like, what? Because I literally got out of my bed because I was just on my bed on my phone, and then I saw a post saying Avengers Doomsday has been announced with Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. And I was like, what? It's like one of the craziest announcements I've ever heard. And then there's people saying, why is Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom? This is like the stupidest casting decision ever made. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think there will ever be an Avengers movie without Robert Downey Jr. in the movie. Because I just think it's just ridiculous with some of these complaints. I mean, when the first trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu came out, people just complained that the movie just looked too dull and boring. And when I watched the movie, I thought it was a fun movie. It's not perfect. It's a fun movie, but I do think that that should have just been a made-for-TV movie, because it did feel like something that you would have just seen on Disney Plus as a Disney Plus original. But it was just there for the big screen because it was the first Star Wars movie to be released in theaters since The Rise of Skywalker. Now, let's go back to Bluey for a sec. I just really wish these grown adults could just stop complaining about the designs for a movie that is being made for young children. And it's ridiculous because it's not even that bad, if I can be honest. It's alright. This is something I really don't say. It looks cute. Alright. The designs are cute. And there's that. So can people just move on from this whole discourse, because it's just really, really embarrassing. And they're not going to do another Sonic because that was one thing. Because that was live action, and they didn't really need to reshoot stuff. They just needed to fix the design for Sonic. And that's the reason why they delayed the film by, I think, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. December, January, February, 3 months. Because the movie was originally supposed to be released in November 2019, and people were just complaining that Sonic did not look like Sonic. Bluey actually looks like Bluey. Bingo looks like Bingo. So, there's that. And when this video ends, I'll basically just show you a comparison between the characters and their 2D design. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.